Yeah, they give you a wagon and you're near a horse stable, so you could get the golden horse again and we could just attach him to the wagon and just go there.
Hold on, let me call my horse.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do that, damn it. You get points if you talk to the stables.
I
Oh.
had said there was a thing where apparently
Come on, Gold Rush.
visiting the stables gives you points, so that's why getting the 3 for the attach thing is really easy.
I never said it wasn't.
Oh.
No.
This is actually straightforward and is one of the few times we'll use a horse.
And a few other times.
Oh, yeah. I pulled out my weapon just because I thought you could do that. Oh, yes. Best thing. Hold on, buddy. Soothe, soothe. I'll get there. Actually, hold on.
Oh, actually that... Well, that ended up working out.
On. Damn. Fat fingered. Out on. Gotta be. Yeah, okay. If you talk to them again, they move. However, this is the most, like,
Just drop him.
that's what I was trying to do. There was just the. Okay, where's that smoke signal? Okay, there it is. Then we could just warp back up here.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, this is super straightforward. Soothe. Boost.
Remember, the just general thing with the boost is, unless you're literally about to get right there, never use all of them, only ever use like 2 at a time.
Ah, you're here! Yeah, that worked. That was straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love the hero site thing. That's funny. Not what I meant to do. Oh, damn. What I was trying to do was click that to click the... Wait. We'll just fly back.
And if you talk to the stable, will that just warp your horse back? Or...
That is literally how that works, yes.
Okay then.
What?
Okay then. Mm-hmm.
That is literally how that works. It's like in the first game.
I thought you had to get like a DLC item
No.
or something in the first game to do
No,
that.
no, there's a DLC item that is literally a Shiga Slate, like, thing to literally warp your horse to you.
That was it.
Versus this, where I can...
Oh.
Take him out.
See?
Son of a bitch.
Board horse. Put it back in the inventory. See? Trust me.
Does the horse actually show up in, like, a stable or...
Generally, no. Which is... Okay, so
Molly's the warning. Okay, we now need to find the lad.
wait a minute.
Is that him right there?
Wait a minute. Guys, I found him. I think. I smell a sword. Hardly a trace of it yet. Recipe remains. And pine cones. What? Chase some new chirp. I love the chirps and warbles. A group of goats is a herd, or a trip, or a tribe. Anyway, the stable has been.
Is that fact actually accurate? I want you to edit that in on screen right now.
Small herd of white goats. Or it was until all the white goats up and vanished. That's not where it stops, though. Someone said Princess Zelda may be involved anyway. Why don't you talk with the guy who's taking care of the goats? Okay.
I read that name is Choke. I think it's supposed to be Chork.
No, yeah, no, it's Chork. I looked at that. C-H-O-R-K. Hey, buddy. White goats. They didn't even finish all their food. They left behind high-end pine cones they weren't eating. Recipe?
It's a recipe very special.
Main. It requires you to mix the pine cones in a hole. Take the pine cone.
And they give you a pine cone, so my best guess is we were...
No, hold on. So...
Recipe.
With the
Main ingredient is fresh.
mix the pine cone. Put it in a glass bottle. Big storm. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, the thing is, I'm pretty sure the solution, he remembers the recipe wrong. And said there was a storm and it came through and it blew off the bottle. So we probably need...
So I need to find the bottle. Which, because this area, like, the stable is around these, like, giant mushroom stock things, it wouldn't surprise me if the bottle was on top of one of those. That's because with their flat tops, you should be able to ascend up to those. Ah, too high. Damn it. Oh.
It works, but... God, that is the best power. Aw. Pretty.
Hey, we'll need those later.
Tell us why, there's something up there.
That's like the tallest one is the hardest one to get to, so I assume there would be something up there. So I guess gotta start climbing now. Because it's too high to ascend to.
Alright. Based on the position, though, while I'm looking around, I can check the one thing. It looks like just using the cliffs, I could position. Fly my way to the top.
Can you just warp to the shrine at that point?
Oh, there's a person up there.
So even if that's not related to this, that's going to do something.
Oh, wait, no, that's not a person.
Oh, no. Oh, Korok. Look around the entirety of this thing before you jump off.
Oh, tricky bastards.
And
You found me!
oh, that was useful for a different reason.
Yes, yes it was. Okay. So if the bottle blew off, and it was in a storm, we need to think about...
That's why I said I assumed it would, because of how hard they were to get on, that would be on one of these, like, mushroom top things. But it doesn't seem like it's on any of these. Well, that's because it's a bottle, it's really tiny, so there doesn't not just pop in. It's like, oh, it was on one of them, you just need to be literally right next to it.
Ah.
was blown off somewhere in the wind.
Oh.
I think we should be able to find
No,
that.
okay.
Ah.
Damn it. This is the problem. Blown off somewhere, and it could literally be fucking anywhere. Like, that bottle could be anywhere. It could be down there, for all we know. It could be up here. This is the problem. If it's a small glass bottle, it's like, oh, if it got blown off in the wind, it could be up top, it could be down low. I have no fucking idea. Oh, good lord.
It's another reason I feel like it has to be close to the stable, because if it's close to the stable, that also prevents, like... That's one of those that also prevents it from being, you know...
That's my...
kind of dick, because, like... Otherwise it would be like, oh, you have to go halfway across the bridge or something.
Wouldn't fucking know. That's the problem. It could be halfway across the bridge. Because the one guy doesn't have help. Yeah, I wish he would give me a fucking direction. And this is when I get cynical and some of getting lost and stuff and cutting past a lot of crap. This is why I would get cynical, because like, this isn't engaging. It's just, oh, there's a fucking bottle. It could be fucking anywhere. This is literally just run around the area like a jackass until you find it. The other hint, and this is still stupid, he mentions the white goats ran off. So, the only other hint we have, and this still doesn't fucking help, is that there's a herd of small goats, maybe on the map somewhere, but I don't want to run around all over hell and creation if the bottle's down in the pit. Like, it could be down there, it could be up here, it could be up there.
Another thing that makes me also feel like it has to be close is it would be in a position where, like, if you didn't immediately find that one shrine, because you know the shrine is up on the cliff, it's like, if, say, it blew down to the bottom of the cliff, that would be really dick, because then once you find it, you're basically sort of forced to, like, warp uh, back after finding it versus coming across the stable naturally, because, you know, there is a very high chance someone literally could end up finding the stable from, like, using the road, and at that point, if they found it from the road, they wouldn't have crossed the...
If it's a bottle that got sucked up in a storm, logic in my mind says it's lower to the ground and not up high, but this is a fucking video game, so they could put it up high to be assholes. So I don't see anything, and I don't want to run around like a jackass for like 30 minutes. Pine cones. Wait. Pine cone? Hold on. Pine cone? Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
Unless this is a fucking Kaizo trap.
Pine cone. Pine cone. Pine cone.
And then they're in the grass. It's really hard to notice, but they are still there. Pay attention to the twinkling.
Pine cone. Pine cone. Oh, Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Pine cone.
This better not be a fucking cock tease game.
Pine cone.
Realizing that they're leading you on a trail like this better...
Pine cone. Pine cone.
They're still doing it. They're still going.
Oh, save in the middle. You see, this makes sense.
Okay, we say it makes sense, but with the way this game is, this could be a Yuga trap for all we know.
Pine cone. Pine cone. my God, though. Pine cone. Pine cone. Pine cone.
Oh, there are some goats.
And there's the vault.
Oh. Yeah, that was simple.
I never said it wasn't. I just said it's like this was kind of dumb. Then I noticed a bunch of pine cones. My white goats. Oh no. The bottle. I need to check the recipe. What's this man have a completely wrong idea here?
There were a bunch of pine cones, so...
Wait! Oh no! Grind the pine cones into a powder. I'm not supposed to use the pine cones whole? Should have known something went off. Really hard to eat. My poor sweet goats. I hurt you when I thought I was helping. That was straightforward. Once I solved it. Because my mind was like, okay, it could be fucking anywhere. And then it's like, wait, pine cone. Wait, another pine cone. Wait, another pine cone. You see, that makes sense.
Though, it does make sense. It's also one of those you have to pick up on these, like, being a trail, which there is a, you know, small chance someone might not be able to entirely pick up on that.
I mean, I'm a genius. It's also an idiot.
I guess the klepto need to just pick up stuff, even if someone doesn't entirely realize it's a trail. That would eventually just take over.
Where did we end up?
Just a...
Yeah, just
little...
down the path. Okay. That's fine. Crap. There it is. And away we go. But going back to the point I was trying to make.
Before that, the last one was...
7.
So...
We've made it to 8. And we can focus on this and
actually, a funny thing, because we made it to 8, he didn't give us
No. This will be 8. We're at 7.
Oh.
What I was trying to say, like...
Once we complete this
Oh,
one...
crap.
Before you
What?
say that, once we complete this one, we should get another piece of armor, unless the game is dumb and we get it on 9, because it's apparently, like, ranges in which you can get the armor. Make your point now.
I was trying to say with the one video, I feel picked, like, the worst examples of Zelda cells. And then they also kind of threw in, like a lot of people did. It's like, oh, Skyward... No... Twilight Princess HD and the Wind Waker HD also underperformed. I'm sorry, those were Wii U
That was on
games.
the Wii U, of course it fucking did.
That's what I was building to. Wii U sold like ass cheeks.
Yes.
Even though I love this name. Westland Stable. Ravana Bridge, Hyrule Field. Actually,
Oh, it's pretty close to... That's all I needed to hear.
Kriko was... There's Kriko, but... let me hear her a million times. Alright, better. Bridge, Hyrule Field. Okay, let's look for that bridge.
And even if we haven't gone there, the bridge itself, like that previous one,
Kriko.
would be fit. Oh, down? Is it that bridge over with the water?
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, did this quest stop any of you? I will admit it was partly my fault for being an idiot, but once I noticed the pine cones, the quest went well enough. And I think the pine cones are a very clear indication of what you're supposed to do. But with that said, I feel like some conveyance was a bit lost. But again, I will admit I was being an idiot. But at the same time, they didn't put enough pine cones near the starting point, at least in my opinion. You had to walk off a little bit to find the trail, but once you find the pine cones, this quest becomes way easier. And I thought this topic would be interesting, simply because I would love to know how many of you also got a bit stumped by this quest, since I thought the conveyance was a bit bad. Again, once I found the pine cones, everything worked out super quickly, so it wasn't even that hard of a quest. But this is a good example for the kind of topic I love discussing, which is conveyance and intent. So, did any of you think the quest was conveyed well enough? Once you find the pine cones, I feel like it is, but I feel like a few extra pine cones could have helped people get in order. I'm sure a lot of you also had this problem I was having, which again, I think makes a good topic of discussion. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.